Welcome to the end of endings.
Is it really?
Is it? No, it's not.
I mean, it's the end of endings for us in terms of the show itself, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but we still have 3 guidance and a stage show to sit through.
And how are we doing that exactly? Are we watching them all in one go, or are we just
No, thankfully we're not. So first of all, yes, today we are discussing Kamen Rider Gaim, the TV finale, episodes 44 through 47.
God damn?
And in case you're wondering how we're going to do the rest of it is next week we're going to do Gaim Gaiden 1 with Zangetsu and Baron. Then the following week we do Gaim Gaiden 2, Duke and Knuckle. And then we're going to do the stage play with Bravo and Gridon. Because the stage play is not only canon, but apparently this 30-minute Gaiden, combined 30-minute Gaiden takes place immediately after the stage play. Because I haven't seen the stage play, I can't assume there's information that we could just skip over.
Is there information that we can skip over?
I wouldn't know. I haven't seen the stage play yet. I know it's on Blu-ray. I'm waiting for the Blu-ray to be delivered. Because right now, the only thing I have on Blu-ray is the first 2 Gaim Gaiden movies, so that I could get their respective lock seats because they come with lock seats. And of course, I also have the murder case for Fies. And I know some of you might be thinking, well, aren't like half of the Gaiden movies like take place in the middle of the TV show? Yes, but but here's the thing though. How would you feel if after episode 20 of Gaim we stopped again to do the first Gaim Gaiden and then do 20 and then we do episodes 21 through 23 just to do the spring break special and so on and so forth?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, and like I've said multiple times to multiple people, that can you imagine? I mean, normally you would watch, the specials and all that stuff at the end. Again, back when in the earlier eras, there was maybe one special, one movie,
Yeah,
and that maybe 2.
Yeah.
Of course, maybe you had 3. Who knows? But it all was like, it wasn't something that you put. That was the problem with this show was, you would get, as I've said before, you'd get the pacing going. You would get us all excited. It's like, oh my God, what's next? And then it's like, break. Wait, what do you mean break? It's, again, I guess the most notorious thing that I could probably say, and it is very true, it's Gaim is the Bleach of Kamen Rider.
See, I wish I had a good illustration to describe how it feels to watch Gaim in chronological order. And the best thing I could come up with was that scene from Gintama where he explains like the anime trying to keep up with the manga, but like doing a filler arc so the manga could develop more. But then there might be other situations where the anime just gets canceled midway through the filler, or other situations where midway through the filler the manga gets canceled, or they both go through fillers.
Yeah. And Gintama really put the anime Gintama really solidified it with that. And also they did a live action Gintama, didn't they?
They did.
And apparently a Kamen Rider is Gintama. I believe it's Decade.
Yeah. And what's funny is that Gaim really does feel like watching an anime described by Gintama in that skit, except there's no manga for Gaim to be based off of.
Well, no, but also the fact is, again, why I said Bleach. Because I guess you could also say Inuyasha as well, because there was the story, and then like they stopped It wrapped up, and then they go do something that was like, wait a minute. I mean, I know this is like, is this official? Is this actually part of the story? Because they just got done doing this, and now they're we're doing this now, which is like, can't you guys take a break? It's like, no, we wait, we were just fighting this guy. What happened? Like, what are you talking about, man? We're here in such and such place. What are you like? We don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like, it's the same thing that happened with Gaim. The again, episodes 1 through 10 was the setup, and we were going. Not much happened between like 11 and 16, but after that, that's when we started building the momentum. But then you would stop. Movie filler, stop. Movie filler, stop, and it's just like, and then official filler, which was to promote something that never happened,
more or less.
Good idea. I was like, no, please. I mean, that would be cool, but wouldn't it be better if you actually, I don't know, promoted the thing you were trying to promote instead of like shoehorning it into a show that really has no reason for it to be there?
Yeah, see, like when Build tried to, apologize for the pun, build up to the movie, and like they were a lot more subtle, where like they offhandedly mentioned, "Oh, we got these 3 new governors for Toto, Sento, and Hokuto."
But again,
in the background while everyone's fighting freaking Bloodstark, and then the movie happens. And then we just never mention the 3 governors ever again.
But again, it's like, okay, that's the setup, which is like now you're trying to make an unofficial event official, which again, there is no manga, there is no anime. This is based on it. It is literally the show itself. The show that they are writing is the continuity.
Yeah.
Regardless of the plot holes or whatever, they're like, wait a minute, if you just did this, I think it would be fine. But again, it's like, okay, so you watch the movie. It's the same thing with more so with the soccer special that they had that kind of gave us the whole, there's a soccer special coming up pretty soon and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay. But then it's like, okay, so what was the payoff here? Same thing happened with Build. It's like we have the 3 governors that really were just like bickering children that got destroyed like so easily, and then in this one it's like, oh yeah, we have Japanese football players from the actual Japan soccer league, and they're just there for glorified cameos galore again. And then the bad guy is a rider, but we don't really mention soccer until the last 3 minutes of the film, which his final form is a demonic goalpost, not the flaming horse, not the golden apple armor. It is a it's a flaming goalpost.
Especially since he previously was on horseback,
and
on a horseback turned into a dragon. No, that's not his final form.
No, that's not. It's again. Can you imagine like the whole this is his final form with Frieza or with Cell or any anime villain that
it's like Frieza's final form is literal fridge.
You want to know, right? You were like, what are the best thing was Yu Yu Hakusho with a fight, the fight with the younger Toguro brother, with him and Yusuke. Yusuke could have attacked him while he was transforming, but he didn't because he wanted to know. He wanted to see, and that's what can you imagine? Like, oh my, what is? And it's like it's a tin can. That's his final form. It's just a tin can.
See, I love how in Kids Next Door, number 4 goes final form is just he has longer hair.
Yeah. Which I'm like,
the rectangular power charm.
That's pretty much like a rip on Super Saiyan 3 because it's like, well, what the fuck was Super Saiyan 3 other than just growing your hair out and losing your eyebrows? But again, that was the thing. And again, here's the thing, folks. In these episodes that we reviewed, these final 4, it's only 3. that is to wrap up this series. And then we have one kind of sort of wrap it up
Epilogue.
like epilogue filler, which again, you know, when you tell me that you have the four horsemen of the apocalypse, pestilence, famine, war, and death, and you don't do anything. But Steve, they were there. They were there. That's it.
But you didn't do anything with them with that premise, though.
I mean, I remember, again, like I said, this is my first time ever watching this show. I remember being in Japan. I believe it was around when Build. Yeah, it was around when Build was there because I went to the Kamen Rider diner. I saw murals of 15 of Mars, of all, like, you know, and they were like the four, the Bujin Gaim and all them, and I was like, whoa, that's got to be bad. And it's like, no, it was nothing. They were just
random one-off villains.
And
yeah,
I mean,
here's the thing.
I want to say again, the Overlords. I know we kind of said, oh, they went out, like the Overlords' deaths and character development. That was literally Scorsese levels
compared
of like writing compared to what we built up these four horsemen, which actually three, because one is just a recolor.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Back in 2015, I was a little behind on Gaim in terms of collecting the toys. Like the very first stuff I ever bought for Gaim was at Morphicon 2014. So like we were talking like 2 or 3 weeks left before the end of the season.
Right.
So instead of focusing my energy on collecting shift cars during Drive's run, I spent all of Drive's run trying to catch up on collecting Loxies, which, as you guys have seen in the last couple of months, I got most of, if not all of them. I think there might be a few more where, like, I might have a candy toy of and need to replace it with a DX, because I definitely don't have a DX of Suika. I wish I had a DX. I have Proto 10 Suika, but not actual Suika as a DX. And 2015, I actually did want to get me and 3 of my friends to do like the 4 Riders of the Apocalypse, and like and also more or less do like our own alternate version of it, because we never got to see Bujin Gaim's human form, for example. So like,
you had just even given Coda, like it's Coda but with a mustache or something.
Yeah, see, that's actually what I was gonna. You know what's funny? That was actually what I was trying to go for.
No, you know what? That you should have done that.
Yeah.
15. Apparently, 15 and Mars. These were returning actors from either Sentai or Kamen Rider that I'm not aware of, or like, you know, I don't remember them off the top of my head. But it's like, okay. But again, yes, I understand that 15 was the villain for the Tokuja thing because he showed up. Yeah. But then it's like, I don't recall him dying in the Heisei versus Showa. Yeah. Because again, he showed up in the Tokuja crossover, and it's like, is he even dead? I mean, we know that Bujin Gaim is gone. We know that Mars is gone. 15 though is kind of like Narataki Sensei, which he kind of just comes and goes as he pleases. You know, we're not sure if he's actually like gone. But even so, it's like, besides you looking like something out of Detroit Metal City, the manga, not the anime. Well, yeah, I guess it should be. It's like, what was your purpose other than being a jerk and, like, you know, causing problems that you really shouldn't have been causing? You know, it's kind of, there was no like, I hate the Kamen Riders, I hate like blah, blah. No, you were just kind of being like, your epithet is death, not a trickster. That's kind of what you were. Was a trickster, or like something like, I just want to start problem like that. That doesn't. That sounds more like pestilence than death. But I mean, I'm not the writer. So But yeah, no, I gotta say, the Overlords were way more better developed. And again, if we had like the Overlords, and then you had these 4 riders as like their knights or like something that they served under the Overlords, and had like that whole like you know, Yu Yu Hakusho fighting in Saint Beast Castle, or Saint Seiya going into the sanctuary against the Gold Knight type of thing, where it's like, you know, we built
or just Pokemon manga against Elite Four.
Yeah. If we had built it up that there was something with these guys, and we had Kota, we had Kaito, Takatora, and again, pick whomever, whether it be Michi, Alphonse Pierre, Janochi, it could have been anybody. Hell, it could have been all of them, and they would have been like paired off. Like it would have taken 2 riders to take out one, which I'm like, you know what? Yes, that's what, because again, these are the bad guys. These are the baddest of the baddest of the bad guys.
The Overlords themselves could have even become the 4 riders of the apocalypse.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, but again, it's like the idea wasn't even there. That's why I'm like, you know, especially with this last episode, and that's the one that we're kind of referencing here.
Yeah, but like, and I have to say, it's like, even if like each of them was like a one-off thing, because if you remember Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, like Iliaster had like 4 members. I'm not talking about those 3 dudes who are the same dude in one.
You're talking in 3 different
points of time. Main villains from 5Ds.
Yeah, you're talking about the Earthbounds.
Yeah, no, the ones after that.
Oh, yeah.
So it turns out like, these 3 guys that were teasing as the main villains. Yeah, it turns out they're all one dude, and this one dude is one of 4 dudes that are the main villains, and one of those 4 dudes will only appeared in Bonds Beyond Time, the movie. That's right, you have to watch Bonds Beyond Time and have Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei fight against Paradox in order for us to defeat all 4 of these main villains. You could still have done that, sort of, but here's the difference.
Yeah, no, I know.
Jam, it's a cop out, because they could have they could have made any random character Jam and would have still kind of worked. If that girl by herself was resentful of the Beat Riders for whatever reason, and like that Locust took her over, and it was just her the whole time, like Jared from Jungle Fury.
Yeah.
Okay, go full Jared from Jungle Fury. But no, they copped out by making freaking Mars the same person as Jam.
And I'll tell you, Mars was nothing really to write home about, because again, we were dealing with Yuya the whole time, and that's, if you would have told me that Yuya was the bad guy in this universe, I'm like, okay, I would have believed that, and I would have been like, yeah. But it's like, again, Mars.
That would have also been interesting if Yuya was the final villain.
Mars was just like, okay, I just take over people's bodies and blah blah. I'm like, but you're claiming to be another person when your epithet is Mars. Your epithet is war, and now you're saying that you're pestilence. How the fuck does that make sense? That's like saying, you know what, Harvey Two-Face, but he's no longer Harvey Two-Face. He's now doing other personas. He doesn't have just 3.
Like the Judge. Like the Judge.
5 others. The Joker is no longer the Joker. He is now the Jester as well. I'm like, what? That makes no sense.
I love that one meme where that one chick was dressed up as Duella Dent, and like someone's like, he's like, this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the personification of trying too hard, a gender swapped steampunk version of the Joker, and like they got rightfully called it. Actually, that's Duella Dent. That's Harvey Dent's daughter.
Yeah, well,
yeah, but the point is, it's like, they could have if they're gonna get like this female actress to be Jam anyways.
Someone told me that she was one of the Rider girls. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, honestly.
Hold on, let me take a look at this.
Let me look on my
Girl
site.
possessed by Kogane. That's literally her Rider Wiki name. An unnamed girl possessed by Kogami. Let's see. Right aware, darkness. Portrayed by unknown teenage girls, portrayed by Honoka Ando, and later changed her stage name as Saika ADK since 2018. And Honoka Ando is okay. They're using her newer name. Let's see. She's a Japanese actress and idol. Yeah, she's not even one of the Rider girls.
She is an idol.
Her only on-screen role until her retirement in 2015 and later returned to entertainment industry in 2018. She's affiliated with Aso Next.
Yeah, no, she's again, it's like why?
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
again, we'll get there when we get there. But let us start with these chronologically.
Okay.
Let's go.
So where we last left off, Kaido turned into an overlord because he's that badass that he ain't no Hase. Like he goes full overlord, defeats Ryoma, and Michi is still being Beachy. And this is where we get the iconic meme where people try to ship the two of them together.
Yeah. So him and Yoko, best girl Yoko, show up to the hospital, and Mai just disintegrates. She's gone, but she's not dead.
She's time traveling.
She became a Time Lord.
Yeah, she's literally the main character from Halloween Town in the second film when like they're like in that time tunnel.
You know that? I mean, you know, like that whole thing, like where we kept seeing the blonde version of her appearing, and like in the first couple of episodes. Yeah, that didn't happen until right now. That didn't happen. She's been going back, and I'm like, my honey, just a quick one. As I've said before, did you have like limited service or minutes in order to tell Kota and Kaito and Michi and everybody about what was to come? You just kind of vaguely dropped.
And did she turn it into an equestrian where like she could only like say things in riddles?
Yeah, I mean, like, was there some? I mean, I get it. I mean, we're in the beginning of the episodes, obviously, but I'm like, logically speaking, it's like, again, what were you like? You know, Ramsey's slab, like, do not eat the fruit.
All right, like, what? Well, I'm not a huge fan personally of the whole 3 weeks earlier teaser thing. I feel like, you know, we should start our stories where they begin, not start them where they get interested. Get out. What?
Yeah, no,
I know it's not.
I mean, I know it would have been massive spoilers, but if you had told them like exactly, give up the belt, give up this, it would have been vague. It would have been vague enough to like, wait, why? But it like, I'm saving the world though. I mean, this is good, but she never. But it's like she would just get rid of it. Stop, don't. But you're giving us riddles and just. I don't know why. I really don't understand why. It's just like I kind of thought like maybe this was a Mai that like, or maybe it was like someone from the other world that was kind of like telling them very like, but no, it's our baby girl. It's Mai. It's our pigtail-headed Mai.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I can't fault you because again, we had to get to this point. But
yeah, still, it's funny. You know, when we had Daybreak, that rider who shall not be named, at least the actor had the decency to put on an eye patch.
Yeah.
Like what? You couldn't stop at a Party City to get yourself like a beer to show I'm not just I'm Mai from the future.
Yeah, you could have said that. It's like, wait, what do you mean you're Mai from the future? What happened to you, Mai? And before she could, it's like it could have pulled her away because again, she can't really control her powers because she has become the first woman, the first lady. Not presidential, ladies and gentlemen. I mean the actual. This is Eve. Mai has become Eve.
And apparently the finale was originally supposed to be the very first scene of the entire show. But because because people broke the timeline, it's going to end very differently. So you know what that means.
For those of you who do not know, because there's many of you, because you just watch because I'm here. No, not really. It is literally a Thanos moment. It's literally a. In fact, you know what?
To me,
you know what?
may as well.
Might as well.
I mean, I have all the lantern rings, but
I'm wearing this. It's literally like it fits. It really does. But the fact of the matter is that Michi, sweet boy, how far you have fallen. But what really is the shocker here is that, of course, him after all this, because he tells Michi, "I'm getting my back. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." Kaito has not. I mean, he has, but in reality, is this really far from him of how he believes and how he talks, or what he has believed since the day one? If anything, Kaito has been the real one this whole fucking show.
Oh yeah,
he has never gone against his morals. He's never gone against his code as a man.
He never questioned his morals.
He never questioned anything that he did. Everything he did, he was a real man. Just like Takatora, he stood by.
See, what's interesting is that Kota, he questioned his own morals, but never betrayed them. Michi kept his morals, but betrayed them.
Yeah, so it's like, again, when someone says, "Oh, I don't have morals. I don't have I don't live by rules." I'm like, well, is that not a rule of yours that you don't live by rules? Like, again, there are things that
rule is still a rule.
There's things you believe in. There's things that you would never do as a person. And that's kind of what this show was, as I've said for many times. This show was about growing up and going from being a child. And, I never believed that bullshit, give up on childish things because you are not a child anymore. You are a man. Bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You think I would have this if I gave up on childish things? I got adult money and I do what I want with it. I pay my bills. I pay my taxes. I put food on my fridge, clothes, and a roof over my head. So, either or. The fact of the matter is that they grew. Not so much Michi, although he believed he did. In fact, he kind of believed it more himself, even though I'm like, every mistake you made, as we said in the last review, Mai's condition, Kota, your brother, everybody, everything is your fault because you didn't do it right.
And again, what's funny is that someone even points it out to Michi. It's like everyone went on and moved forward. Michi, you didn't. You clung on to this one spot in your life, and you stuck to it to the point that you made no movement. So everyone left you behind.
And guess who said it? Call Ghostbusters because it's Takatora. Because no joke, again, we have said that Michi has lost his mind. The poor Michitsune has lost his Naoto has fallen off of his rice. Because no joke, he's talking to nobody, and yet this ghost, this Yurei of his brother, is spilling the words of truth, and it's just like, God damn it, Takatora. Even in death, you cut him down to the quick because he's like, you see him kind of like get mad, but at the same time, like he understands, but he's like, He calls
like,
out for his
it's
brother.
like,
And it's
you
like,
thought Takatora knew nothing, but it was I, Michi.
and it's just like, yeah, I'm like, God damn it, Takatora. Even in death, you are still a man among men.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, we go to Yoko and Kaito, and it's like we have that not a romantic moment, but kind of just a thing that I was kind of like, look, I'm not one. Look, age gap, whatever. Do what you want. But how Yoko was doing it, I'm like, if this is a time that if it were allowed, this is the moment in which these two would actually like behind a screen or like it just like we.
Let's just say they would
say
have
something should have happened, which I'm assuming it did. Because again, you look at them later on the bridge, and it's kind of like they're a little bit like disheveled. Not that they, not like, oh, what? No. It's like they kind of were just like, yeah, let's get ourselves fixed up first. Because Yoko was kind of like really happy that she was with Kaito. Because again, she's like, I know.
I chose my king right.
Yeah, I'm like, I chose my king right. I'm like, let us assume that Kaito he took one for the team. But
what's interesting is that much like Robert Baratheon, it's like his actions say one thing, but his words say a different thing, because throughout the episode he's like I will bring Mai back. I will find Mai. I'll do whatever it takes to save Mai.
But again, he wants to save Mai because Mai has been good to him.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever saw Mai as anything more than that. And I don't think he looks at Yoko that way either. But Yoko is a strong, independent woman. And if what she wants, she gets.
Yeah,
and I don't think.
But also, it's not surprising that one Kaito recognizes that Mai did grow up throughout the course of the series.
Oh yeah, no, he knew. He saw. We all saw Mai grow up. Now looking back at it,
and again, like if he were to obtain the golden apple, like he will have to
be with Mai. Like that is the thing. But and it's like, is it so wrong? No. I mean, but Yoko's gonna have to like deal if that is the case. Mm-hmm. But again, we'll get there. Mm-hmm. But again, at this point now we're looking at the bridge and whatnot, and then here comes Jack, Jinochi, and our boy, the man,
and everyone's like running towards us, like, "Hey, you guys defeated Dr. Waring! Great job!" He's like, "Wait a minute! Something does not feel right, Monsieur Banana. You seem very different from the last time I saw you." Well, nothing gets past you, Oron.
Yeah, this is the thing. Again, as
he just like unzips the entire sky like it's Swiss cheese.
He unzips the skies, and the red invis, the upgraded ones, show up, and then they kneel to him. Yeah. Again, our boy Alphonse Pierre again is like, you are drunk with power. I've seen this many times on weak men, or even the strongest of men cannot come to that temptation. And it's like, again, this is a overly flamboyant gay man, like speaking the words of truth in battle. Mm-hmm. And what does he do? Him and his boy Jinochi start going at it because, again,
one thing I want to appreciate, like two things I love seeing about this fight scene. One, we get Mai versus Bravo, a fight I've wanted to see for the longest time. And yes, I've been watching it again, so I want to see it for the longest time because these are the two mercenaries. Like in all of Yggdrasil, like Dr. Waring is not a mercenary. Sid is not a mercenary. Yoko is a mercenary. We got two professionals going at it. And now you know why I wish Gaim Gaiden 3 was Bravo with Malika.
This is literally... It was too much feminine, too much strong feminine power. Yeah. I wish there was lightning bolts or something. Because
it's like the manliest man versus the womanliest woman.
Yeah, It literally, and it's like only for them to fight for like a good 2 minutes, unmorphed. It's them going at them.
Meanwhile, Jonochi, God bless him, single-handedly is fighting 2 high-level invis.
Yeah,
on his own. He's
on his own.
2 high-level invis. My little man grew up.
Did we see them? We actually did. We see everyone here grew up. Everyone, leveled up as you should. But the fact of the matter is that, well, all things aside, we have Jack, which again, he is with Jinochi and with Alphonse Pierre, but he's also friends with Kaido, and he really doesn't. He's torn. He's a man torn from his morals.
Yeah, because we've seen him so integrated with both Team Baron and Team Shaman.
Yeah. But again, it was a shocker to me when he did transform into, into the coconut knuckle, and then took a swing at Jinochi. He literally, again, 2 invises, Yoko, Jack, and Kaido also was using the vine tentacles to fight against them. Against these 2, it's literally 6 on 6, almost 8 on 2. The odds were not in their favor, so they had to run. Oh no, I'm sorry. They got their belts destroyed. But Kaito told them, "I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to send you back, and you tell everyone that I'm the one who's going to change the world. I'm the one who's going to, I will be the new god of this world." And again, the belts are gone. The belts are Durin.
Bravo's gone. Gridon's gone.
Gridon's gone. They can't transform anymore. They are gone. They are still alive, but they were let to be alive to be messengers for what is to come. Oh, but let's not forget, before all that happened, so Rat and his girlfriend found Kota in the final battle with him and Michi, and they nursed him back to health. His sister's
with
there,
Pico in tow.
Yeah, they're trying to get him, safe and sound for Baron or for Pierre and Janochi to show up, and of course. Kota he's got a gaping hole in his body, but Pierre, knowing the sense of a warrior, lets him go. Why did you let him go, Pierre? Because there's no stopping him. He is a hero that must face the villain. He didn't want to let him go, but he's like, I can't stop him. No one can stop him. He is going to be the hero that will protect us, regardless of his condition. He will. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. That really does.
Yeah, and it's like Kota. He's like reflecting on a lot of things. And we get to see him like with the shirt off, with a 6-pack, with a gaping scar against his left superior abdomen, and I'm like, damn.
Again, a couple of the ladies I know, I'm like, you all are just weebs. I swear to God, if it's an Asian guy, well, I'm like, well, I can't rip on your tastes, obviously. Well, you're hungry for Yoko. I'm like, I love Yoko. I would put a ring on Yoko. You all are you all just want Kota. You don't want
Yoko and Oron are the most prime examples of like the alpha specimen of humanity.
Yeah. And they don't need to conform to the BS that many people say they should to prove that they are. I'm like, boy, you go to this man and you tell him what you told me. I promise you're not going to walk out with both legs attached. But regardless, Kota. Oh boy, Kota.
Yeah, he goes off to fight against Baron, and this is where they have their first encounter as fully realized overlords, because at this point Kota accepts that I can't eat human food anymore. I have to eat Helheim fruits, and when he eats the fruit, it's like he doesn't change.
No, he doesn't.
But he embraces it by it's like this is the most delicious thing I've ever eaten.
He eats it in front of his sister.
Yeah.
She was like kind of like, wait, didn't you say it's like, and he breaks down in front of his sister, like, I don't know what I'm turning into, but I know it's not an invis monster. I know that it's something else. And like blah blah blah. And I can't. I have to do this. I have and of course his sister, bless her heart, didn't stop him.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, this would be a point that family would no. She said, "I know what you got to do, and I'm always gonna be there." Blah blah blah. It's again, keep that word in mind. It's a key thing that happens throughout this whole thing.
Yeah. So the two of them fight each other, and then Zach intervenes. In the fight, he's like wailing at Coda. He's like, "What?"
Oh yeah, no, but this is when Coda found out that Baron or Kaito was now an overlord, because he was not aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
He was not aware of. He just thought it was just Baron being Baron, but because Jack got involved, and it's obviously, but he does again. Good boy, Jack. He gets close enough to tell, run, get out, go, and he kind of look. I may have been born at night, but at least I had my eyes open. I'm like, we could tell. Everyone could tell. You let him go, Jack. But again, I'm like, maybe Baron just doesn't care or whatever. But it's just I'm surprised that you didn't die, Jack, because it really just seemed like you let them go. Not even. Yeah, you fought him, but you said, "Oh, my bad, they got away." Did they? Or did you let them go? Because again, even Yoko was honey, call him out. Kaito is
it doesn't matter because it's between me and him.
Kaito's problem was always he always assumes he's gonna win. Very, very Seto Kaiba-esque attitude where it's I'm number one and I will always, doesn't matter if I beat him now, I'll beat him later. He will never win. I'm like, no, Kaito, but still, we have that whole thing oh, well, what's going to happen now? He's just bruised and damaged, but what's going to happen now? Cue the next episode.
Oh, and by the way, one thing that's really important to mention, because we didn't really go into it, but all the Sengoku all the Genesis drivers except for Dr. Waring's driver are already destroyed, which is why the only reason Yoko can transform is because she took Dr. Waring's driver, because he's not going to need it anymore.
He's dead. Did we forget he's dead? Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, so that's the only reason Yoko can transform, because she's using his driver. A detail that you don't really pay attention to unless you watch the season for a second time and you really pay attention to. So that's how and why this happened. So Peko tries to confront Zack about him heel turning into Kaito's side. It's like, I have nothing to say to you, but I want you to give this to the old Frenchman. It's like, what? Shh, not a word. I don't want to talk to you. Just give that letter.
Jackie is giving Oron a note that he takes to the cafe, the fruit cafe, with the owner, who apparently is still there. It's just and he gives it to the old man, and the old man reads it, and then cue the opening theme, because it was kind of a surprise what Jack had wrote to Pierre, but we will find that out after this opening credit sequence.
Yeah, so Michi's still brooding. Nothing to say here. Nothing to see here. But Kaito's having flashbacks of that old tree where he and Mai used to play when they were kids.
The actual Helheim tree that was considered to be a sacred tree that just disappeared when they created Yggdrasil. It's he remembers. And again, remember, folks, it's kind of seeing, progress is always good, but when they destroy something that you grew up with, don't you kind of feel bad or angry that why did you get rid of this to put in this, this damn eyesore? It was great the way it was, So we get Kaido and how he feels, and of course, it's like it's never really explained what happened to his parents. You know, it just kind of feel like maybe Yggdrasil had something to do with it. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, but meanwhile, we come back to the juice bar, where Oron and Jonochi finish making a small detonator to give to Zack, and of course, like this is where Zack reveals his resolve. Hey, listen, no one can defeat Kaido except me right now because I had to betray you guys to get close to him. Yeah, but he betrayed humanity first, so.
Yeah, you shouldn't feel bad. Like, you know, that's what everyone's telling, because he's kicking himself right now for what he did. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, Zack, you did nothing wrong. It's Kaido who's lost his mind. We don't understand why he's doing this. We don't get what's going on. But it's like he did it first, and he's literally gonna nuke us to try to rebuild.
Yeah.
So what you did was not bad. I'm like, no, don't beat yourself up, Jackie. Although I'm hoping you got something powerful in that detonator. I really fucking do.
Yeah. So Zack wishes his best to Peko before he rejoins with Kaido and Yoko, and of course they're watching all the invis that Kaido summoned invade all of Japan, and he's like, yes, we're not just gonna invade Zawali, we're gonna take over the entire planet. Okay. And of course, Zack is being very sus to Yoko's eyes because he just gently taps this power box behind Kaido, and she's like, wait a minute, this feels kind of weird. Like we're having like a rookie moment, like from like the Rookie season 2 or 3, and of course as he's leaving, like he puts his hands in his pocket. She's like, oh no, you don't.
There's a fight on the roof that commences. It's Jack against Yoko, and again, Kaito doesn't really get what's going on, but it's like, you know, he's just like, wait, what, like what? He's just looking, but then Jack gets his hand on the detonator. And instead, I mean, here's the thing. Yoko, you can run in heels. We know that, darling.
Yeah.
But why didn't you just go to Jack and knock him out before he pressed the button? Instead, you ran literally half a football field back to Kaito to protect him from the blast because you had to transform while doing it. And in doing so, you did transform, but it wasn't strong enough. Your armor wasn't strong enough to.
Basically, it was like Cat from Turbo Power Rangers movie when she like falls off that waterfall. See Ranger one big.
Yeah, God knows why. It's like, oh yeah, it's the mightiest power in all of the universe to get fizzled out by just a bit of water.
Yeah.
And you have these very powerful suits that are upgrades from basic suits that. I mean, the explosion, that would have killed somebody, absolutely. But I didn't think it would the damage was enough to kill, you know. Well, yeah, she took it point blank, obviously, but didn't damage the building, didn't create a giant hole in the building. It just kind of just exploded. But it knocked off the building, and that was at least 50 stories they were up, so.
Yeah. It's amazing that she's not more damaged than.
Yeah, well, again, she fell with the armor on. Like, I guess it's like maybe like this all got blown off, but the back was still, you know, was able to cushion her fall. But still, from that fall, it's like, yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, and of course, Kaido and Zack have a brief scuffle, and actually, he destroys his mass-produced Sengoku driver and his Kirumi Lockseed. So no more Knuckle Man.
Yeah, the walnut has been cracked, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But again, he doesn't kill Zack. He doesn't kill him.
He does fall unconscious, though.
Yeah, but it's like, again, you could have Kaito, but you didn't. Only to go find Yoko, and Yoko is there and, you know, kind of cue the very, you know,
dramatic Korean music.
Yeah. But I'm just like, okay, she fell from 50 stories. her body would be literal jelly, or her insides would be literal jelly at this point.
Yeah.
But it's enough that she can talk to him and, praise the king, all hail the king, and blah, blah, blah.
And her last words are like, if I had the golden fruit instead of would you have sought me out instead? And he says, Yoko, you are one thing, but the golden fruit, that's a different thing.
God damn. Oh my God. You think getting broken up by text or getting a Dear John letter, I have gotten many ways of like, you know what, this guy's better put whatever. But the fact, it's not about it's not about you. It's about this. And that is more important than you. Oh.
Emotional seppuku.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Emotional damage.
He's still pulling her out. Like fucking like Superman carried out Supergirl after getting killed by Doomsday.
Yep.
Or in the whole Infinite Crisis thing, just carrying her out with a bunch of invis behind because now it's personal. Wasn't it personal always, Kaito? And why? I mean, again, why are you carrying her body? It makes no sense. I mean, if you two had shared a kiss, I know you shared many other things off screen, but why even? Just leave her there and that's it. But it's like, no, for dramatic ambiance in the scene, you have to carry her out. Which, did you not just hear him say fuck you? You were great for everything, but you're not my woman. I would rather have an apple than you.
Wow.
Oh man. God damn. Play that clip from Friday. Damn. We should have had that. We should have that. We should really have that clip for these moments.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
We don't care.
Jerry.
I don't know.
What happened next?
Okay, so now we're approaching the final battle. Some mercenaries from France show up. It's like are you the survivors? Oh my God, you actually found us. So now it's like we have this whole Jurassic Park moment where like everyone escapes on the helicopters at the end of the movie, and of course everyone gets on there. Rad Pecco, the owner of the bar, his main squeeze slow gin, even his sister shows up, and it's like you need to go to the helicopter now. It's like but what about you, Koda? I have to take care of Kaito. No, don't wait for me. It's between me and him, and
yeah,
and to do that final approach. This is where I said, mind you, Game of Thrones was only 4 seasons in by that point, but this is where I said, imagine if Game of Thrones ended with Targaryen-powered Jon Snow versus a White Walker Jaime Lannister, which is still way cooler than what we ended up with in real life.
I know. But, yeah, no. We go we keep going, and again, Kota now is able to do what Baron or what Kaito is able to do. He opens up the zipper portals to summon all these invises of all types to come by his side. It's literally a gang war. It's literally gangs of New York.
Mm-hmm.
You have one side is Baron, and then the other side is Gaim.
Also, I love how in an earlier scene back in episode 44, when Sagara shows the quarry fight scene earlier on, Ryugen and Zangetsu are both grayscaled, while only Baron and Gaim are still in color.
Yeah, because so Mai gets to the interdimensional portal, right?
Yeah.
And she finally shows up to the very first scene that we had in this show about 3 factions, one being Banana, Orange, and Melon,
Yeah.
that were fighting against each other. And again,
Blue and
everything's
green.
fine. Now we have this whole scene again, but both Zangetsu and Ryugen, Michi and Takatora, are monochromed gray. In fact, I don't think they're even moving. It's only now between these two, which Sagara, which is basically Lucifer Morningstar, tells Mai, yeah, well, here's the thing. Because the timeline is what it is, it has affected this outcome. It was supposed to be these 3 and blah, 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 but now it's only boiled down to these 2. And depending what happens, well, we don't know. I don't know because I am merely an observer. But one of these 2, as the great Peter Cullen said, 2 will fight, 1 shall stand.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
Who that is, I don't know. Dear
You
sir.
wanted the golden fruit? Here, take it.
You are the golden fruit. You will give the golden fruit to the victor. That is your job as the first lady, and you will give it to them, and one of them will be the first man. Who that is, I don't know. We will find out, because that battle is happening right now.
Yeah, except now it's in the cityscape. And it's really beautiful. Like, it's like you got Gaim Orange against Baron Banana, like in their most base forms, fighting each other out, like weaving between pillars, jumping over and under pillars. These pillars are diagonal, by the way. Then they get on their motorcycles and they have like what is basically a joust, and like they're weaving between all of these invis fighting each other. They pull their swords up.
It's BMX. It turns into Halo at one point because apparently the motorcycles now can turn into hover bikes.
Oh,
They
yeah.
look like the Halo Raptor cycles that they have.
Yeah.
And there's dragons, there's griffins, there's giant stags. It's literally like the Lord of the Rings, but not as much CG.
Yeah. Yeah, they jump off their motorcycles and immediately summon those hover cycles in order to get an aerial advantage over each other. And yeah, we have the giant CGI invis from when they overeat as well.
Mhm.
And yeah, and the battle just like goes so into it that like they even have to fight each other's Titan invis just to like not get distracted.
Yeah.
And the battle becomes so intense that it cuts off midway for the next episode.
Yeah, what a ripoff.
Yeah. And you're thinking to yourself, well, I know that Drive starts in 3 weeks, so there's 2 episodes left. How are we going to drag this out for 2 more episodes? Because it's already so intense. Because like you got Kachi Doki Gaim ready, about to charge against Overlord Baron, and it just cuts off right here. What's going to happen?
Cuts off right here. Next, the next Kamen Rider is, I love the tagline, the future is dead. The future is in the balance of one man and his car. Wait, what? Excuse me? What are we, Knight Rider or something? The only thing that stands against the world in the apocalypse is one man and his car. This car best be Optimus Prime, man, because what are you talking about? I wouldn't even trust Kip with going down the street and getting me a soda. Even though he was voiced by Phoenix. But regardless, I'm like, you know what? I was like, wait a minute. We still got 2-3 weeks left until Drive comes out. And
we got 2 more episodes. What are you talking about?
One more episode. That's it. So
Yeah.
what? We're gonna take a break? No. No, there's more. Damn it.
Damn it. There could have been ways to drag it out. Like again, what if Yuya came back as an overlord and he was the final villain?
The thing is that if they did, again, that's why I said, well, this show's only have like 47 episodes.
This season has 47 episodes.
Yeah. So you could have gotten an even 50, but I mean, at that point, it's like you kind of already exhausted what the story was, given what we had left.
Yeah, because the Feminchu are like already extinct.
Yeah,
they were supposed to be the default villains.
Yeah, but yeah, they're everyone's gone. The overlords are gone. Everything's gone. But now it's just Kota and Kaito. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone had just randomly showed up just for the sake of it, I say no. Good time.
What in the Naruto versus Kaguya is this?
No. Because what are you doing?
Well, actually, there is a way that someone could show up as a final villain and have it make sense. Sagura. Sagura could have been the final boss.
Was like, you know what? But again, let us go to the next episode, because I was actually like, you know what? Sagura, you are a man. You are a mysterious man wrapped in an enigma and packaged in a Panku box. Because
locked by a Rubik's Cube.
I will say, you, DJ Sagura, Mr. Our G Gundam announcer, let's get everything started. You literally played your role perfectly. And here I was like, especially with what happens in this episode, it's a 50-50, and I'm not going to like it if Sagura actually starts a confrontation, but that would seem so out of character for him, especially with everything that he has said. But he stuck to his guns, did everything, and it's just like, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the last couple episodes of Brotherhood for FMA.
Yeah.
Because instead of like, can you imagine if, I get rid of my alchemy, my door, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Can you imagine if the truth got angry and scolded Edward and just was ready to fight him, ready to kill him for what? For realizing what you needed to do? Like, again, the answer was right in front of your face this whole time. But you chose, and most people, it's like, again, most people would never do that. They would never sacrifice the power of a god, the power to recreate and destroy, just to let things be as they are, or to get something as simple as a loved one back, No human would do that. But he applauded him, as Sagura also did with Kota, because it's like, wow, really? That's what you... Okay.
Yeah. So in this entire 23-minute episode, Kaido's defeated in the first 7 minutes.
Yeesh. Well, he had more time than the Overlord, so I'm like, that's fine. Although, you know what? This is an actual moment where Kota, I'm like, yeah, Kota, you can actually cry.
Yes, because this was your best friend.
This was
unlike Kase, this was your best friend.
This was your guy. This was, this was a Yusuke Kuwabara moment. This was Goku and Vegeta. This was literally Gon and Killua, Like, it's one of those things that, just it tugs at your heartstrings, because Baron was not a bad guy. He wasn't. He was a man of morals. He was a man of a code. And despite what people might say, he went out the way that was proper, I say. Because can you imagine him being an overlord and actually, like, breaking down and realizing what he's doing and there's pulling a Michi on us. No, that's not the Baron way. That's not the Kaito way. He went out like a warrior, believing what he believed, and whatever would have happened, you know, like he accepted it. He knew, I'm gonna walk into this battle, okay? I'm walking in there. I could die. And that's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it will be. I accept it. I accept my fate, and he did. Bravo to you, good sir. Bravo to you, Baron, to you, Kaito, because you died a warrior's death. Only to tell Kota in the final moments and giving him on the chest, you are the strongest, and I concede. And Mai sees this both dimensional and physically there. And it's like, wow. Okay. I didn't think you were going to die. I really didn't think so. I thought you were going to get spared, maybe something. But no, you're dead. You literally died. And now there's only one thing left to do. I'm going to walk over to my woman, which I'm guessing this is official now. Kota and Mai are a thing.
Yes. He holds her hand.
He gives him the apple, and he takes it. And he gets consumed into this white light and appears as a blonde. In the Daishogun armor, just without all the fruit counts.
Yeah, it's like he has the entire Daishogun armor, except the chest plate is replaced with the with Kurokage's spray painted silver.
That's what I thought. So I was right.
Yeah, and now he has the white wig on with the red eyes.
Did you take that off of Yuya's head or something?
That would have been funny.
I mean, no joke. I seriously believed that. I was like, well, okay, either or. And so we have that whole moment of him and Mai, and here comes DJ Sagara dressed up in his Lucifer Morningstar like garb. And for him to be like, well, now it's up to you. What is it that you're going to do? Because, you know, this and this and that, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's inevitable that what you do is going to affect the planet. And Kota being the guy, again, this is our Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood moment. This is the moment that is just like, how are you going to get past this, Kota? Because regardless of what you do or what you say, a wish is a wish. And you have to be very specific about what you're wishing for. Because if you even mess up a single syllable, it's going to come and bite you in the ass.
Like that, like in Stargirl when they got so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, again, when you make a wish, you have to be very specific. You can't just say, I want $1 million. Okay, you got $1 million.
But they were stolen from a bank.
Yeah.
Or they're counterfeits. Or both.
Yeah. And again, it's like, you got to be very specific. Okay. You got to be very, very like, you know, but yeah. So Kota says, we're not going to do anything to this planet. We're not going to do anything, blah, blah. He mentions that there are millions of planets out there that could be terraformed into another, that blah, 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 blah. And Sagara is like, wait, can you do that? No, can you do that?
No. This isn't what I planned for. You're supposed to destroy Earth.
Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me check the rules. Where are the rules? Hang on.
And before he has a chance to check the rules, it's like, it doesn't matter. I'm making it happen. And
because
then
again, I'm the one with the fruit. I'm the one with the power. I'm the one with the power of the gods. I make it happen. And it's just like, wow. I did not see this coming. Are you serious? But wait, you're going to go to a planet that is like millions of light years away. It's dark. It's blah blah blah. Like it doesn't matter.
I will be the light in the dark.
Again, religious moment here, because again, the planet of dark that is shrouded in darkness, but here comes the sun.
You might be the light bringer, but I hold the Promethean flame.
Again, we have Lucifer Morningstar and Jesus Christ in this moment right here. Well, look at the two, because again, one is kind of telling the truth and saying and dropping the bomb. Like, are you sure? Which we have now.
How's that for a Kamen Rider 5's reference? Paradise Lost, Paradise Regained.
We have now the Jesus going in, like, we're gonna make this whole new world and blah blah blah. What comes. I have my woman. We're gonna make something out of it. And why? Because we have hope. We have hope. And is that not what Jesus of Nazareth said and was hoping for humanity? Was hope and love. Yeah. That is what he wanted. And doing so, that's what Coda is going to do. Mm-hmm. And Lucifer just kind of like, wow, man, you're good. I'm shocked. I'm not mad at you, but you're good. Oh, you're good. Wow. Okay. So again, opens up the giant zipper into basically space and sucks all the invis up like a vacuum cleaner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of like Jumanji.
Yeah, Jumanji straight up starts sucking them all away, and both him and Mai just disappear, taking and that's it. We get a little thing about being on the planet, and it's a bunch of invis running around. Where's Kodamai? We don't know, but again, Sagura is there.
We see a bunch of like invis Homo erectuses. Like dancing around the fire, it's the opening 2 chapters of 2001: Space Odyssey, which I recently finished reading. By the way, it's a fantastic read. I actually like it more than the movie.
They literally start. It literally is Paradise Regained. It literally is man, or what will be man, or a version of man.
And what's interesting is that we see like an invis insect climb inside a tree, and then the tree grows a new golden apple as Sagura walks away.
What? Oh my God! What was it? It's Edenoi.
Yeah, it's Edenoi. or Miranoi.
No, that's what I mean.
Like Miranoi, like it was like turned to stone, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna put the Quasar Sabers back," and then everyone was unpetrified.
It's literally a Kamen Rider Power Ranger reference. So this is where it all started. The insect, humanoid-looking people. This is where it started. This is it. This is the genesis. Gaim has put the thread of Gaim and Kamen Rider to 1993's or 94, I believe. Saban's Masked Rider.
Yeah.
Saban's Masked Rider.
Oh, so Edenoi.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. So that would be fun if that's how we ended up.
Yeah.
Happening.
And officially, unofficially, that's it. Koto won. Him and Meyer together. They got the golden apple. Earth is fine. It's done. It's over. What happened?
Yeah. Everyone's dancing. Michi's a little sad.
Did we forget? No.
There's dancing.
There's dancing.
Yes.
There's dancing.
Yes, and what's really sad is that we have a bunch of lost posters of people that weren't found when everyone came back, because some of those people were probably killed by invis or turned into invis themselves. And there we do see Janochi putting up pictures of Hase Ryuji.
Yeah.
So it's we don't 100%.
But again, you have this whole thing where it's him and Pierre Alphonse back at the Chambon, just living their best lives, best cafe owners that they are.
Our boy Janochi grew up.
Our boy, just like Janochi in Yu-Gi-Oh, this Janochi also grew.
Yeah.
Again, for most people, Joey Wheeler is actually Janochi.
Yeah. Yo, what's funny is that in season 0, Janochi is such Chad, because his very first focus episode. Because his
was
very
not
first
Shinochi's such a Chad too. He was such a fucking Chad.
Yeah.
And then the whole shit happens. Him and I forget the Japanese, but him and Tristan wind up getting saved by Yugi again, just like Hase and Jinochi got saved by Kota.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like now they became friends, and it's like, well, yeah, well, Hase was Tristan, but he was nowhere near as a good guy as
He's
Tristan.
Lex Raptor at best.
Yeah.
But for real though, you know, in season 0, because I know nobody watches season 0, Honda gets 2 whole focus episodes before Jinochi gets his first focus episode.
Oh, that's right. His name was Honda. Yeah.
And in Jinochi's first focus episode, he has to stand up to a yo-yo gang. Like you even got like a shadow game where Yami Yugi is being chased by the yo-yo gang members, where like when they fire their yo-yos at him, like they tear holes into the rooftop. And like basically like he tricked them into like making the rooftop collapse underneath them.
Yep.
And in another Jinochi focus episode, he has a crush on Nurse Joy, who is Serenity's nurse, by the way. Yeah. And basically he tries to save Nurse Joy from being essayed by Shinji Ikari's dad, and Serenity would get kicked out of the hospital if Yamayugi doesn't beat him in a game of mini golf.
Yeah.
I cannot make that up.
Season 0 was weird.
Yeah.
But again.
The thing is like people are like, of course you like season 0. It's the dark season. No, it's not because it's the dark season. It's because it's a season that focuses on all kinds of games. Like if you only watch watch Duel Monsters, it's like, how can you call yourself king of games, which is what Yu-Gi-Oh means? How can you call yourself the king of games if you're the king of only one game plus 2 spin-offs?
Yeah, no, yeah. But again, a lot of people don't know that. They just think Dungeon Dice Monsters or the other
Capsule Monsters.
Or the video games or the filler that they wound up. No. There was a lot more to this before, and that's why I say they should totally remake Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. More manga accurate. There was a dude in the manga whose vision became pixelated because he threw a die at Yugi's head and the die split in half, causing it to land on 1 and 6 facing up, meaning Yugi technically rolled a 7 on a 6-sided die. Penalty game. Just like how you want to censor the truth, so too reality will be censored from you. No, everything's so pixelated.
What is... Oh, I'm sorry. 3 months have gone by. And, my question was answered because Michitsune has gone to the hospital with flowers. I'm thinking because, again, I'm thinking maybe Yoko survived, something, because he does talk to someone and he kind of was like, he's got something to do. And I was like, wait, is Yoko alive? What? It's Takatora.
He was found washed ashore.
This man cannot die. I swear, and I don't want him to die. We always said he was like Seto Kaiba only in attitude and money, but man, oh man, this man just will not die. He has a Yoda Qui-Gon Jinn moment with Kota, because Kota is telling him to live his life and blah blah blah, and to be a good
help
brother.
Michi find his way.
But of course, Takatora being so hard on himself is like, I couldn't even do that. What makes you think I could? And again, religious connotations here. Cota's like, I know you can. It's like, very much so. It's like having the whole is this
supposed to be a Cain and Abel thing?
I guess so, but at the same time, it's like kind of like people talking to Jesus himself and just like, I don't know if I can. It's like, I know you can. You may doubt yourself, but I know you can. You can. I know you can. And it's just like, again,
within you.
You have that, and it's like, we'll just send you back, and what she does, because Michi is there, kind of like, well, doctors even say we're not sure if we could even bring him back with modern medicine, because everything that's happened, it can only be a miracle if he does come back, and which he does, because the last few moments of this episode is like Takatora taking a gasp of air, opening his eyes, and seeing Michi, and gives him a smile, and then that's it. Episode over. Series done. It should be over, right? Wrong.
We get
There's
an additional episode.
more episode, because we forgot to mention, the whole dance troupe wants Michi to dance because they don't hold a grudge against him, but he chooses not to, as repentance. Literally, Michi in these last 5 or 10 minutes of this episode is literally seen as Judas, because it's like, look at what he did. Look at no one blames him, but they can't forget what he did. And he is to be wandering alone in the dark, alone by himself, and that's his atonement. That's his whole thing, until Takatora comes back, which is like, Michi, you and your brother have a chance now to make amends and start a good life, Only to be like, wait, one more episode. But we're not, it's technically filler, but not really, because it's now the fully 100% the end. Which, cue the clip, the one.
Yeah. I know.
No, the Morty one.
Right.
All right, well, I'm not a huge fan personally of the whole 3 weeks earlier teaser thing. I feel like, we should start our stories where they begin, not start them where they get interested. What?
Yeah.
We have this whole thing about, like, again, when was Coda looking for a job? Like, till when did that happen? Till like episode 20 something?
It was still like episode 32. He was looking for a job.
So again, literally like almost 15 or 20 episodes after, like before this all happened,
he finally gets a job. And
it's still the whole thing, like, why do you fight Coda? It's them being friends and being goofy and kind of like remembering your childhood. You know how you were with your friends, and how, now everyone is grown and they have, lives of their own and families and people they love, that, and you respect their choices, but at the same time, you still look back at the good old days. And, well, that's kind of how Michi feels, even though people are together, they still want him around. But of course, Pecco, being kind of a dick that he is in front of everybody, is like, he still doesn't trust him, which, again, it's understandable. Look at everything that happened because Michi decided
Yeah, like even when they were trying to like expose Yggdrasil's actions, what did Michi do at the rally? He summoned a bunch of Invis to interrupt the rally.
Yeah. So are you surprised that not a lot of people have confidence in him or think good of him? It's literally, but again, it's his own fault. And he doesn't believe that he deserves to be happy. He doesn't believe that he deserves any type of happiness. Even the fact that his brother is now alive, back in their house, everything. And apparently Tori is now going to America. So like to work or something like that, involving like his own personal endeavors.
Yep. Everyone's moving on except Michi.
Yeah, because Michi's kind of still stuck in that same place. And again, I've been there. Maybe our viewers have been there. It's like, everyone talks about going and doing this and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's just like you yourself. But I'm like, one step at a time, man. I know you fucked up, you fumbled, but doesn't mean you can't get back up and try to make it better,
Yeah. And yeah, but one of the audience members gets a locust appear on their shoulder.
Oh my! When I saw that, I was like, "Wait a minute!
No,
wait a minute.
no, 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 no,
I've
no, no,
seen this
no.
before. I've seen this before, but I'm like, wait! I could be wrong.
Episode
I could be wrong.
37.
I could be wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong.
Meanwhile, Takatora goes on a date with Koda's sister.
Is it a date?
They're not really on a date, but
No, but they go to the Charmon. They
yeah,
go see
where it's like,
other
wow, Oran, you
men
made
of men.
you made such amazing pastries today. I love that you keep improving yourself. It's like, me Melon Prince, I appreciate the compliment, but unfortunately, I cannot accept it. And like Jonochi just shows up, kicks back, puts one leg over the other, like, because those pastries that they just ate, that they just complimented, those were Jonochi's work.
That was Jonochi's work.
Oh boy,
he was
grew up.
Our boy grew. Like swear to top of I swear on my life. He is a boy that now our man Alphonse Pierre could probably shed a tear for and be proud of.
I'm shedding a tear in real life.
Jonochi really grew, and it was a melon cake.
Yeah.
Now, for those who have not had melon cake, which I'm like, Americans are like, melon? Ew. It's actually very delicious.
It's very crisp.
It's a very delicious. A Japanese, it's a Japanese treat that I recommend anyone try if you ever are in the land of Nihon in a nice cafe with a nice cafe.
You know what I enjoyed eating for breakfast when I was in Yucatan? Freshly sliced honeydew, and for my beverage, fermented cacao.
That's classic.
Yeah, it might not seem like a big deal, but trust me,
it is.
On a Christmas morning
in
the tropical peninsula in Mexico, fermented chocolate.
I know.
Fresh, crisp honeydew.
I've been there. I have been there. But our wonderful classy moment must be ruined because a bunch of goddamn flies got in.
Yeah, these locusts are everywhere. It's almost as if we're experiencing a sudden pestilence. Here we go.
Again, and here's the thing, though. We have this whole, invasion that's going on, and it's getting reported, they wind up, it's both Jonochi, Pierre, Takatora, that wind up finding the locust, and they merge into a grasshopper kaijin.
That looks very familiar.
Did it not look like Black RX?
Not just that, but it also looks like the one from episode 37.
Yeah.
The football episode.
Yeah. But I'm like, okay, all right. Now, again, we see this young girl credited as girl possessed.
Possessed girl, yep.
Possessed girl. And it's like, wait, who is she possessed by? And I'm like, please, no.
So she confronts Michi and she transforms.
Darkness arm. Boom, boom, boom. It's an apple again. This time in a kind of reddish, pinkish, purplish motif.
Yeah, it's more of a magenta.
Yeah.
Black and magenta.
Many goth girls would love this for to have it.
Kamen Rider Jam.
Which
it's like,
and again, it is a woman. It is a young girl who is the body. We don't know who it is, but when transformed into this armor, right?
Just another apple. I'm like, do we already have a gold and a silver one?
I would assume it was a woman, which I'm like, well, yeah, that would actually make sense. No.
Yeah, imagine if Red Dew was the one possessing her body.
Yeah. No. It's
surprise, mother. It's me, Kogane. Remember me from the football movie. I'm back.
Yeah. Oh, you mean that guy? Wait, but you were War though. You're not Pestilence. I changed positions. So technically there's 3 and 1 just happens to be pulling overtime.
Good.
Cue the clip.
Grief.
Cue the clip.
Yeah. It's like, that's right. I'm back because I'm gonna stop you right there.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
A guy. You know, it would have been one thing if maybe Gaim did 15 die? Are we confirmed that he died, or did he just walk away?
It wasn't clear because the mom's dead, the son is dead.
I don't know. But so it would have been one thing if you had destroyed all 3 of these, right? And then for them to come together and do like a fusion and create one solid entity that was this young girl and have her. No, it's the guy from the movie who was an apple, the golden knight, who represents the god of war, but is now Pestilence. Which, for those of you that don't know what Pestilence is,
it's mass disease.
It's
Something's
mass disease.
brought upon by
literally-
swarms of
it's literally
locusts
rot.
or rodents.
It's rot. That's literally what it is, you know? How? I don't know. Apparently they didn't think maybe we should have made another. I mean, we don't have a movie or a special to bring The Last Rider, but technically we have 1 episode left, so again, you could cut off episode 47 by itself and just watch 46, and that's it.
And you know what else? You could have just not do episode 30, where you introduce what's his face, Kikaider. You could have skipped episode 37, where they try to do that. Oh, we're in a dream where we play football, and just conserve those 2 episodes and do a 3-parter.
Yeah, the continuity of the show, as I said, you know, you would build up this action and then you would stop to advertise or do something that had nothing to do with what we just experienced for the past 5 weeks.
You know, the last 2 episodes of Drive were also epilogue, just like this. But here's the thing. 1, it goes out of its way to build up a crossover with Ghost, mainly to introduce us to Ghost. But it took 2 whole episodes to build through that entire story.
Yeah. But to wrap this up as fast as we could, so War is back as Pestilence.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make that very clear.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're sick of this character.
I mean, I thought he was a good character for the movie, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? Why? That's lazy writing, and that's also just like, were you guys just getting cranked to like bring in Drive? You know, like seriously, that's the problem that I said was wrong with Kamen Riders at the time, because the minute that episode 30 and whatnot, when they started announcing like, you know, leaks of the name, the merchandise, all that stuff, they stopped focusing on the current series to go on that one. Or it's like, you know, they just notice, oh, come on, let's wrap it up because people are not tuning in now. They want to get to the next one. I'm like, anyway. Yeah. We have a meeting at the juice bar because Pierre.
Yeah, because Pierre.
They lost their Sengoku drivers. They lost everything. There's no need. Oh, but don't they have Kurakages? We destroyed them. Because one of them. Because Helheim no longer exists. There's no reason to have them anymore. And of course, The one person I thought that would have been like, no, it was Jinochi. Jinochi was the one that confronted Takatora because Takatora was like, you know what, I'm going to deal with this, blah, blah, but I'll deal with it in my own way. Takatora had one left. He kind of had it as a fail safety, kind of as a what if scenario if we do need it. But the thing is, well, you could ask yourself, and you can ask me, Steve, couldn't they just make more? I mean, they have the technology, right? You're right, they do. But the thing is that the guy who made them was dead.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when he died, he took all of his research with him. So regardless, even if we try, there is no fucking way. Because again, Ryoma was such an egotistical bastard that only he could have access to his knowledge. And if he didn't publish it, if he didn't say it, if he didn't, then he would. Then again, it's gonna burn with him.
Because because at this point we only have 2 drivers left: the failed safe that Takatora has, and Michi's driver. Because remember, he used to be Ryugen.
Yeah.
But last time we see him use his driver ever is like, oh, we just removed the one lock seat. That's it. You know, no one did. Koda never destroyed it. It's still there somewhere in the ether.
He destroyed the upgrade that was killing him, but not destroy the Sengoku driver. Which, again, here it is. Jinochi takes the driver, remembering Hase, his friend, and who he has to be. And the thing is, you think, and I believe that Jinochi would put up one hell of a fight, but in all honesty, despite it, our boy did not. It was pretty much he went in hot-headed and wanting to avenge his friend and getting screwed over. But then here comes Michi. Just try to.
I wish Jinochi did put up more of a fight.
I really do. I really wish that he did. I really wish Jinochi actually did.
Yeah.
But sadly, he got beat. He got knocked down. All right. Then Michi shows up. He kind of gets the upper hand, but only to realize that he's going to take the shot, but this idiot, this piece of shit, demorphs and tells him, go ahead and kill me, kid, but you're going to kill her. I'm going to just hop bodies.
Not going to lie, though, I do like Michi's entrance in this scene where, he's wearing all black. He's dressed up like Kota.
Yeah.
He's dressed. I find that interesting. When he was having his, in my brother's shadow face, let me draw a mold just like the one he has. He was dressed up like Takatora. But now that he's in his I'm a free agent phase, he's dressed up like Kota.
Go figure. But yeah, no, they have the battle, they do the whole thing, only for them to realize that, well, you kill me, you're not going to kill me, you're going to kill the girl. See, I'm using her body. I possessed her. I can just go get another body and keep coming back. There's nothing you can do, kid. And I'm sorry, but this girl could not act for the life. I mean, I'm hoping she did better, but that laugh was so choppy.
Yeah.
That laugh was so choppy. I was like, honey, try to make it seem like you're not reading from the script, you know? But
while Michi's getting his curb stomped.
Oh yeah, no, he is getting his ass kicked, and by the grasshopper kaijin over to your left. I'm gonna say, dude, he would have opened your jaw, put it on the curve, and just waited. But before you did, you were just like, I guess it's a metaphor for him praying because he kind of wished that Koda was there with him because Koda would be able to do something since he is the hero. And lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen,
Koda shows up.
He has risen again. He has risen.
Yes. And he 7 months, and in a snap of his fingers, he expels the locusts out of the girl's body. Like leprosy.
Fighting with the theme song of the show.
Yeah.
With him and Michi, both it's Gaim, Daishogun, and Ryugen, both Michi and Kaito, taking on. And again, I'm like, this song is only 3 minutes, guys. So I'm hoping you can wrap it up in that time. Which
yeah,
they kind of do.
and what I do appreciate about them tag teaming is like it's kind of like a callback to when they were younger, and like because and by younger I mean at the start of the season where like they were a combi, like they were working together.
Yeah.
This is them going back to the way they used to be.
Yeah. And it was actually touching because, again, this is Michi. Again, everyone has tried to reach out to him, and he's just exiled himself because he feels that, you know, they're like, I betrayed. I was a heel. Michi has become the Judas, and rightfully so. But the thing is, despite everything that happened in these last moments, as you know, like Kota is ready to go back to Edenoi. And it's like, there's still so much I got to tell you. There's still so much. It's like, that's Michi. Don't worry about it.
We still have a winter film to go over all that.
We're buds, man. We'll always be buds. We'll always be it. You know, a friend of mine was watching with me, and you know what this reminds me of? Because I just watched it the other day, and I'm like, what? Do you remember that movie from Disney, The Fox and the Hound? I'm like, yeah. Do you remember how like fucked up that was? And that all took within the span of a year, like kind of like this show. I'm like, yes. Like, even though it's like they're at opposites, they were still friends. Like, even towards the end, it's like, wow, you could have died, you could have taken the shot. No, you're like, no. We're still buds, man. No matter where we are in life, we're still buds. And then you like the one thing which kind of did also give a tear to one person. Because again, and we wrap it up, cue the credits. We see two young boys, one dressed in red and black, and another dressed in kind of like a lightish blue.
Yeah, it's just like how in GT you have Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. fighting each other, the martial arts tournament, and what's it called? And nameless possessed girl is there. And
the thing is that it's Baron, it's Kaito, but the thing is that you have these two kids that kind of, yes, it's Kota and Kaito, but it could also be Kota and Michi, like just being kids and being young and remembering, like, hey, also that vacant lot where Idrisil was, or where the building used to be, the tree
came back.
Tree that was said to be torn down or that disappeared was actually a Helheim tree, and it reappeared again. Completely intact.
And Kaido comes back attached to it as a spirit, watching those three kids dance, and even like Mai shows up. It's like, Kaido, watch over them.
like watch over them, Kaito. Like that. It's like, you know, that's like, we have to. It's time for us, old generation, to make room for the new generation, I guess. There's not much that we can do other than just watch them and hopefully guide them down the right path. And it also just like, again, Michi, you know, regardless, even though like, you know, what he thinks, it's like, you know what, you're still friends, and this is right here. We're still buds, man. We're still like, don't worry about it. You can better yourself, Michi. You can better yourself, Kaito. You know, it's now up to the younger generations to take over and hopefully give us a better future than what we had. Which very much is true. And then we cue out into outer space to this random little ball in the sky that is a planet that is now being terraformed to, I guess, being another version of Earth, but with insect humanoid hybrids.
Yep.
Then and then we have finally Mai and Kota together,
holding hands,
thus ending the series. And then cue the promo for Kamen Rider Drive.
Yeah.
That's it in a nutshell, people.
That's it.
That's it. I mean, we kind of we also had to wrap up with, you know, with the Orin and Jinochi. They're now running a successful PTCA. Takatora still, he's trying to better the world. Everyone's dancing. Everyone's, you know, Michi may have redeemed himself, you know, despite him being a jerk. I mean, he's a good kid. He was just just stupid, you
He
know.
was.
And so, yeah, can people change? Of course, people can change.
Yeah,
but they
but
must
it's for
change.
them to
But
take the
that's for
efforts
them
to
to
change.
do it. But they must change for the better. You can't say you changed. No, you can't say you have to show it. You have to be a total 360 than what you were.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you show it. You don't just, oh yeah, no, dude, I told you how, man. That's what that's what again, Janochi did a 360, Takatora has, everyone did. Now it's up to Michi. And you can be a better person, Michi. You can. Despite what happened, no one really holds it against you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. Gaim is done. Gaim is over. So
Yeah. I wish that's all there was to it, but
I wish we didn't have to, but
no.
we must.
But we are called the archive, and that means we have to do everything.
We do it because you guys don't have to.
Okay, so
are we gonna spin
what?
the wheel?
Okay, the thing I hate. No, we have to wait until the very last one.
Okay.
But not gonna lie though, it would be funny if we land on Drive because okay.
One of my friends said it was totally blasphemous because she saw the promo and it's like, I love my cop dramas, but this. I'm like, then don't watch it. Call me when you're ready to do X8. I'm like, whatever. Whatever.
I don't know. Drive was pretty fun.
Well, I've heard, but at the same time, I'm like, oh man. I will. You know what? Let me just give my ratings for this. These episodes, I give them a 9 fully. I give them a 9 fully because, again, you know, even though 47 is not really necessary, if you were to cut out Pestilence, like just have it as a wrap-up episode and just tie up all the loose strings and whatever. Yeah, it was a heartwarming thing. It was kind of like the Wonder Years, like that whole wrap-up, like, you know, we were.
Oh yeah, when they go to the parade at the end, and it's like,
yeah, like something like that, you know. But again, putting Pestilence in there, it's like there's really no reason why. I mean, you could have had Kota come back in some way just to say his goodbyes or tell everyone that he and Mai are doing fine. It's just that why you had to add a battle. We don't. Again, cut that out. It's fine. It's fine.
Heck, you know what could have also worked for Pestilence? What if the Grasshopper itself was Pestilence? Just make it the Kamen Rider.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been. I don't know why the hell we had to bring in a movie villain, but fine. But
it's like for me, episodes 44 and 46 were both 9s. They were both fantastic, very well built up. 45. It was the perfect episode, especially love how it's like Zack tried to sacrifice himself, Yoko tried to sacrifice herself, Kaido is like, yeah, I'm sad that you're dead, but you're not my objective. The golden fruit is. And also like all the best, and honestly, all the best parts of the Kota Kaido fight were in episode 46, not 47.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last episode, I'm gonna have to give it like a 7.5 because it's an episode. It's there.
It's there. I mean, if you had not added Pestilence, I would have given it a higher rating, but you did, and that was so unnecessary.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the only reason they made that episode is to try to build up Michi as like the new main character.
No.
Because it's like if you watch the Gaim related media that canonically takes place after this episode, it's like which is a far cry because like half of the Gaim Gaiden material takes place during the series, not after. Like I would say, like only like the Knuckle half of Gaiden 2 takes place after, and I would even say it takes place after the winter film with Drive. And yeah, Bear the Zangetsu stage play and Gaiden 3 also take place afterwards.
Yep.
But again, it's like why even build up Michi like this thing, especially given what happens in the winter film. I will say this: it would be funny if when we spin the wheel, the next season we do would be Drive, because if we end up doing Drive, then that means we will not only end up finishing Drive, but we will also be finishing both Fies and Gaim with it, because
Well, I mean, we could
you need to
spin the
finish-
wheel now. I mean, technically, it's just to tell people what is coming up. I mean, we're gonna do the Bisa next. Obviously, we're gonna do it. But I mean,
Yeah.
if we want to give the people a heads up of what is coming next year, I mean, now is the time. But if not, we will wait until.
We will wait. We've waited when we did Build. We've waited when we did Fies. It's only fair we wait now. Yeah. See, that's the thing I like about the first half essay, is that there would be no need for waiting, because usually the summer film would be right there, like in the middle of the series. So when we get to the last episode, we're at the last episode. You know, we would spin the wheel then. But
in all honesty, I understand now why the hype of Gaim was there. I mean, again, I've said it many a times, and I even said, like, I seriously thought that the premise, the whole thing about this show was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, fruit motifs and then they're samurai, what the hell? And I thought that was so dumb and blah, but now I take it all back. I get it. The pacing is the only problem with this series, because again,
Gintama explains it best.
Yeah. And again, that's why if I were to say, would I recommend Gaim as a first time view for people? Only if you're focusing on the main story, yes.
The
But
main 47 episodes.
If you are going the route we're doing it, then I would say no. You'd have go something more simpler, because this is just too much, and I kind of was burnt out by it. But I get it. Now, if you're just watching the show by itself and then want to watch everything else, if you want to, then you can.
Yeah,
but
I imagine even if we like took all the movies and specials and then just like bulldoze them all the way to the end,
it would still be too much, because
it would still be too much, because
like we said, you would have to remember everything that had happened from this point, and then you're like, wait, what? Like, oh yeah, that's right. You'd have to like literally remember everything that went down, instead of like watching it when it was
at least with the Gaiden ones, it's like even though they take place in the middle of the story, at least they like kind of cue you in at like what point in the story they take place, because both parts of Gaiden 1 kind of take place like right between episodes 20 and 21. But the thing is, there's enough context clues to like let you know. It's like, oh yeah, because like Malika's already there. We have the Kurokage troopers. We haven't seen the Overlords yet.
I will say, just as my closing statement for this, I give Gaim a 9.5 or 9.3 or 4.
Yeah.
The thing and the final episode is what really brought. I mean, I would have said perfect 10 all the way if it was not for the pacing and what decisions they made. I get the hype. I get everything. Am I a fan of Gaim? I'm a fan of Gaim. I even put 2 decals on my truck for Gaim.
Oh, is Oron Pierre one of them?
I wish the person that I got does not. That he had Gaim and his secondary form, and he just finished making the Dai Shogun. So that one's coming to me. So I have them on the truck bed, like as just like a samurai motif that I have going on. With that, I am a fan of Gaim. I am a fan of Bravo, of Zangetsu. I am actually now proud to own the Durin, the melon, and the watermelon arms. You know, I was kind of just giving them as random little gifts, and I was kind of like, "What are these?" But then now I'm like, "Huh, I totally get it now. I totally get it." And would I cosplay as someone from Gaim? Well, give me the bonnet and I'll shave and I'll totally rock Alphonse Pierre one day at Japan World Heroes or something.
Oh man, like now you kind of make me wish I could cosplay as Janochi so I could like put on that wig, put some glasses on, put that frilly like chest thing that he wears.
I mean, I will do it. It's kind of like, one of my friends, because again, we have watched Gav a bit, and she was like, wait, one is not a boy, one is not a girl. And I was like, do you think I could pull lace? I would totally do it. Like, I don't know if we can find a dress like you. We can make it. I could rock lace.
You gotta believe.
You have to believe.
Yeah. Like Gav took cue from the anime Overlord, where it's like where like the sisters wearing the boy outfit while the brother's wearing the frilly dress.
Yeah, and I'm like,
but here's the weird part: like the actual actors playing the twins is like the sister's 19, but the brother's like 28.
I'll do it. Give me that Cruella DeVille wig, and I'll do it. But yes, that's it.
Yeah,
bravo.
That's the whole this arc gets to
you. What do the people have to say?
Yeah. Yay, the torturous trials of Steve is almost over.
Don't you know it?
I just got to sit through the guidance and the stage play.
I'm going to get
good luck, Steve.
Thank you.
Okay, Gav is pretty fun at least.
It is fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's about candy. It's about, like, seriously, I'm like, is that not why we watch? It's about having fun.
And it's surprisingly well written so far.
Yeah. I've not heard anyone complain.
What will the odds be the next season you do is Drive? Well,
we haven't hit any Heisei Riders yet. We did technically, but it's like, again, when a glitch happens, it's like that's not.
Oh, you mean Showa? Yeah.
The Showa.
So given the limitations, the criteria we set up, we have 20 seasons left to choose from.
We've done Build, we've done Kiva, we've done Fies, and now we've done Gaim. So we have done 4 Heisei Riders out of the 20. So there's about 16 that are like up for grabs, while the Showa era
has like about 7-ish.
Yeah, so the chances of us landing on a Heisei Rider are like are
still 2 to 1.
Yeah, or 3 to 1, because again, the chances of landing
but to get Drive specifically, I'd say it's about 5%.
To get Drive, I mean, I'm like, if we were to get something in between like in between Fies and Wizard, at least that kind of like, helps us out a bit. Because again, like I said, the gimmick riders starting, I know that W kind of started it, but it was more prevalent with Gaim. Everything else is just like, man, there is too much here.
Yeah.
There's too much here that is like, is it necessary? I don't know. But we have.
Yeah. And
we'll see.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
But I will say this:
if you want Drive, cross your fingers.
Yeah,
because
I'll say this:
if we do,
I'll say
I'm
this:
gonna die. I'm probably gonna die. I will die.
If we do end up doing Drive, then in a sense we will end up also finishing both Gaim and Fies in one fell swoop. Because
what's the one that we're not hoping we get? What's the one that you are just dreading? Like, oh man, now we got to go through this again.
Probably the original 1971 series.
Okay, but what? But I mean, like, okay, like Showa wise, okay. But what about Heisei? Like, what's the one that you're like, oh god, no, I don't want to.
That's really tough. I mean, like
A lot of people will say Ghost.
I would say go like as far as the second half goes, I would definitely say Ghost. First half maybe Hibiki, but again, it's like it really comes down to like Hibiki wasn't bad. It's just those last 15 episodes were yeah.
I know that Decade is not on the list because
Until
we have
we
to
get
until we unlock everything.
all of the first 9 seasons, which we already did 2
man.
of.
I mean, the thing is, I'm Kuga and Agito while being respectable. I mean, I'm like, I don't know about Kuga and Agito. That's the thing. I'm not like in terms of their look and everything, and of course the dated CG and everything. I mean, if
I'll say this:
if Five was an improvement on these 3 or 4 so Kamen Riders that came before him, I'm like, Five's had its own share. I mean, I get the hype, but I'm like, Five's had its own share of like continuity problems, man.
I'll say this: the benefit also, like if we did Ryuki, I don't know if we're gonna do like the Rider Time special like during for our Ryuki, or are we gonna wait until we do Geo for that? Because Geo and Gaze are in that thing. But I will say this: the one good thing about Kuga and Agito, I guess, is that Agito just has the one special and one movie, just like most of
the earlier days it was just like one
yeah.
thing, not as
But
much.
Kuga, like it doesn't even have a movie, just the one hyper battle video.
I'm also not too. I mean, again, I kind of not too keen on Blade. I know a lot of people love Blade, but looking at Blade and looking at the others, I'm like, this is not doing anything for me.
For me, the first couple of episodes of Blade are really hard because of the video formatting.
Yeah, I mean, every Kamen Rider has its ups and downs. To be like one of those like, oh my god, just like skip that like the Sentai people do. In terms of like later Heisei, I don't know. I mean, it's all up because I've not seen any of this stuff, so I don't know. But hopefully, it's not like Gaim's pacing, where it's just so like stop go. I was like, no.
Yeah, very throttly.
Yeah. All right, next.
In that case, I really don't want to do X-Aid because because remember there was that one Go Rider thing.
I don't recall that.
Basically, there was like a special where like if 5 dead Kamen Riders become
about the Sentai Kamen Rider thing.
Yeah, where Kaido is Aka Rider, Yoko is Momo Rider, Laser is Key Rider, what's the Kenzaki from Blade is Ao Rider, and another Agito from Agito was Mido Rider. Okay, you know what's really confusing about Agito is the fact that there's a character called Another Agito, because later on in Geo you'll have evil versions of the original writers called Another Riders, like Another Gaim, Another X-Aid, Another Kuga, and Agito's another form is called Another Agito, and he looks exactly like Another Agito from Agito.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Next one.
I think a better way to utilize Jam would be to have Kaido's Overlord form be the final rider, the Apocalypse, and just make him a new rider.
That's what I thought. That's literally what I said. I was like, oh, Kaido's got to be the final rider. It's like, nope,
No.
nope.
Especially since he wants to infect the world with devastation.
Yeah, it made sense, but no, they just couldn't do it. They couldn't do it.
Remember when the show's about dance? I certainly don't.
When did they dance? When was their dance? When was it? It was just a bunch of kids goofing around, just doing whatever, hip hopping with their Pokemon and whatnot, and that's just like what dance? I don't know.
Pierre Alfonso was right.
Yeah, he was right. He was right. He was right.
He was right. It's all about the carnage.
Yeah.
Nice Fox and Hound reference.
What is it not? Did it not fit? Seriously, I thought it did.
Yeah.
But
and that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Oh boy.
If you enjoyed us discussing Kamen Rider Gaim, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. We do Ultraman Arc on Mondays, Kamen Rider Goblin on Wednesdays, and Bakuage Sentai Boom Boom on Thursdays. And then on Sundays, for the next 3 weeks, we'll be doing the 3 Gaim guidance. VSNX. Got to torture Steve for 3 more weeks. But on the 22nd, when we're finally going to be done, we will spin that wheel and see what we'll be doing on Sundays in the future, starting on January 5th.
I wish I had a magic 8-ball or something just to ask what the chances are. I'm gonna go buy one. I'm gonna go buy one. What, magic 8-ball? Tell us what will be. But we'll find out.
You should get like a custom magic 8-ball where like instead of putting like the same octahedron inside, you get like a custom icosahedron with like 20 different seasons of Kamen Riders logos on there, just like it is Agito.
We'll see. I'll grab an 8-ball and see what the hell happens, but we'll see.
And of course, we are still uploading Morphicon interviews. We'll be having, now that Thanksgiving is over, we'll be uploading more moving forward. Also check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do various movie reviews. We've done Four Brothers, Rudy, the new Wicked film, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and of course the classic Black Friday Christmas film known as Jingle All the Way. It's Turbo Time! And yeah, and if you want to follow our personal content, here's where you can find Steve.
Right here. Thank you for everyone for their direction. I did post about our review today, and we had finished Gaim last night. And also, I stick to my comments. We don't pick the thug life, man.
Thug life picks us.
Yeah, because again, isn't it not true when you have a filthy weeb trying on their cosplay for the blasting anime intro music as such? Not the Kota did not pick the thug life, but he lived it to the end. So thank you for everyone. That's what we do on this channel. We rag, we rip, but we do it from love. Okay, we love the stuff that we do. Kamen Rider, Godzilla, Sentai, Ultraman, anime, Ghibli, comics.
Yeah.
If it's something you love, then we rip it on this page. So thank you so much.
And you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto. And with all that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sitting through all of these. Go stop! Go stop! Go stop! Go stop!
All right, guys. Thank you.
We'll see.
And remember, to our fans and followers, live more.
Don't say no, just live more. Don't say no, just live more.